Welcome to Brazilian in Action, guys. Let's talk about the verb to be. So grab your pen and notebook and come on study. Let's go.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
We hope you're doing great today.
Yes, having a wonderful week. And this is actually the 6th episode of our chat here.
Episode number 6. Can you believe it?
Time is it's flying. We are so happy to have you here with us.
Yes, welcome everyone.
Now, before we start our mission for today, I just want to ask you a small favor.
A very small favor.
Please subscribe to the channel right now. Just click that button. It really helps us grow.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So today we have a very important mission.
We do. We're going to talk about the big boss of English.
The big boss, I like that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the verb to be.
The famous verb to be.
We're going to look at everything. The present, the past.
Yeah.
So, was, and were.
And maybe the most important part, the mistakes.
Exactly. The specific mistakes that, we as Brazilians often make.
Because we translate.
We translate everything in our heads.
Wow.
We take the Portuguese and try to make it English. And it causes
confusion.
A lot of confusion. So today, our plan is to speak slowly. Very slowly.
Right. We want everything to be very clear.
Okay, so let's get into it. The verb to be. Why is it so special?
That's a good question. In Portuguese, we actually have 2 verbs for this, right? We have ser and we have estar.
Exactly. We separate them. So you can say, I am Andre, eu sou Andre. That's permanent.
Right. That's who I am. But I can also say, I am happy, eu estou feliz.
Which is temporary.
Just for now.
Perfect. So in Portuguese, that difference is very important.
Oh.
Ser versus estar. But here's the secret for English.
Okay.
English doesn't care.
It doesn't care.
Not at all. In English, there's only one verb, the verb to be. It covers everything. Permanent, temporary, all of it.
So in a way, it's actually simpler.
It's much simpler. You just have to memorize the forms.
Okay, let's do that. Let's practice.
Yes. Let's do a little drill. And if you're listening, please say it out loud with us. Speak with us.
I'm ready.
Okay. First one.
I am.
I am. Good. You are.
You are.
He is.
That is?
She is.
It is?
It is.
That is?
Perfect. Now the plurals. We are.
We are.
And the last one. They are.
Yeah.
See, simple. But I have a pronunciation tip here.
Oh, okay. A pro tip.
Yes. When you say he is or she is, listen to the end of the word is.
Okay. Is.
It's not a snake sound, not is. It's more like a B, a Z sound. Is. He is. She is.
Exactly. You need that little vibration. He is happy. Don't just say he happy.
That's a great detail. Is. I can feel that.
Good.
But, when I listen to movies or music, they talk so fast, they don't really say I am.
That is a very good point. They use contractions. They squeeze the words together.
And there's I am becomes.
I'm.
And you are.
It becomes.
You are.
So,
Yes, and it is becomes is.
That's-
But here is my advice for everyone listening. For now, when you are learning, use the full sound.
It's a full sound. I am.
Yes, say I am, say he is. It just makes your English so much clearer.
Okay, that makes sense. Clear is better than fast.
Exactly. Okay, now for the fun part. The traps.
The traps, where we all make mistakes.
We call this one the have trap.
The half trap. I like that. It sounds dangerous.
It is, because in Portuguese, we use the verb ter to have for so many things.
Right, like our age.
Yes, age.
So if I want to tell you my age, in Portuguese I say, eu tenho 26 anos.
Penho, I have.
So my brain just translates it, and I say, I have 26 years.
Stop, right there. That is the trap.
I fell right in.
You did.
Yeah.
And listen, everyone, this is so important. In English, you cannot have your age. You don't possess it. It's not like a phone in your pocket.
This is not an object.
No. Age is a state of being.
Yeah.
It's who you are.
Okay. So the correct way to say it is,
I am 26 years old. Or even simpler.
I am 26.
You got it. I am 26. Never, ever I have.
Okay, that's a big one.
It's the number one mistake.
Yeah.
But it also happens with feelings, with sensations.
Like when I need to eat.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Portuguese, you say ter fome, literally, to have hunger.
So I shouldn't say I have hunger.
No. Again, it's not a possession. It's a state. It's how you are right now.
So I am hungry.
I am hungry. Exactly.
Okay, what about when it's cold outside? We say ter frio.
But in English, it's a state. So
I am cold.
perfect. I am cold.
One more. Fear. Ter medo.
So not I have afraid.
But I am afraid.
You've got it. I am afraid. So for age, for feelings,
Yeah.
you need to use the verb to be.
turn off the Portuguese brain for a second.
Just for a second. It'll make your English sound so much more natural.
Okay. But there is another trap with have, isn't there? The one we call the tem confusion?
Oh, yes. This one is huge. This is about existence.
Okay, so let's imagine a situation. I look outside, and there's a cat at my door. In Portuguese, I say, tem gato na porta, right? So my instinct is to say, have a cat at the door.
And that would be incorrect.
I'm making all the mistakes today.
Which is good. That's how we learn.
Okay, so why is it wrong?
Think about it. In English, have means possession. Ownership. I have a car. She has a dog.
Right. I own the car.
Exactly. But does the door own the cat?
No. Of course not. The cat it just exists there.
It exists. And for existence, we have a special structure in English.
And that is?
There is. Or there are.
There is.
There is. For one thing. Singular.
Oh.
So, there is a cat at the door.
There's a cat at the door. Okay. And what about for plural?
For many things.
Then we use there are.
So, if I look in the kitchen and I see lots of cookies,
A good problem to have.
I can't say have cookies in the kitchen.
No, absolutely not. If you say have cookies, it sounds like an order, like you're telling me eat cookies.
Oh, that's completely different.
Completely. So you should say
There are cookies in the kitchen.
there are cookies in the kitchen. Perfect.
So existence is there is or there are. Got it. Exactly. Now, we've talked a lot about the present. I am, there is. But what about yesterday?
Time to travel to the past.
Let's do it. So the verb to be changes its shape in the past.
Okay. Is it complicated?
Not at all. It's actually simpler. In the present, we have three words, right? Am, is, are.
Yes.
In the past, we only have two, was and were.
Was and were.
And the rule is very simple. Am and is. They both become was.
Okay, so I am happy becomes I was happy.
Exactly. And she is a doctor becomes.
So I was a doctor.
You got it. It's for singular. Now, are becomes were.
Were.
So they are at the beach becomes.
They were at the beach.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But can we stop for a second on the pronunciation of that word? W-E-R-E?
Were.
A lot of students say it like where. You know, the question word. Where are you?
Right. I hear that a lot. They were at the beach.
And that's confusing. Where has a long sound. It has air. Where.
Where.
But were is short. It's a closed sound. Were.
Were. They were. We were.
Yes. That's so much better. Do you hear that difference?
I do. It's much clearer.
It is. Now, let's connect this back. What about there is? How did that work in the past?
Ooh, good question. So if I want to say tinha uma festa, there was a party.
Yes. Because there is uses is in the past, it becomes.
There was a party.
Exactly. And for plural, tinha muitas pessoas.
Well, there are becomes there were.
There were many people.
There were, not had.
Never had for existence. There were. It is all connected. It's all the verb to be.
It really is. It's like the glue holding everything together. But I have one more challenge.
Okay, I'm ready.
We know how to say things. She is a doctor. They were happy. But how do we ask a question?
Ah, the question form. This is what I call the magic switch.
The magic switch.
Yes. In Portuguese, we just change our voice, right?
Yeah.
Você é feliz. And for a question, você é feliz.
Right. Same words, different sound.
In English, that's not enough. You have to change the grammar. You switch the subject and the verb.
You switch. Okay. Give me an example.
So the statement is, you are tired.
You are tired.
To make it a question, you take the verb are and move it to the front.
So, are you tired?
That's it. Are you tired?
Just switch them.
Let me try. Statement. She is a doctor.
Uh-huh.
So I switch it. Is she a doctor?
Perfect. Is she? It feels a little strange at first, but that's the rule.
And it works for the past, too, with was and were.
Same rule. Statement. He was sick.
The question is, was he sick?
You got it. The verb always goes to the front.
It's logical. But what if I want to ask for more information, like where or who or why?
The what questions? Good point. Those words like what, where, who, they are the VIP.
The VIP.
The very important person that go to the very, very beginning of the line.
Before everything.
It's the before the verb.
Before the verb. So you have your question, are you?
Are you?
Now put where in front of it.
Where are you?
See, the switch is still there. Are is still before you.
Ah, okay. Let's try another. Is she?
Uh-huh.
Put who in the front. Who is she?
Exactly. Or why are they late?
The order is wooder, word, then the verb, then the person.
Where are you? If you try to translate from Portuguese, you'll get it wrong. You might say where you are.
Didn't sound like Yoda.
You do. So you have to practice this new structure. Practice the magic switch.
This was a lot, a really deep dive.
It was. But it's so fundamental. Let's do a quick recap.
Okay, first, the basics. I am, you are, he is. And remember that z sound is.
Then the big one. The have trap. You are your age. You are hungry. You don't have it.
Right. And for existence, it's not have, it's there is or there are.
Always. Then we went to the past. Was for singular. Were for plural. And remember the pronunciation were?
And finally, for questions, the magic switch.
Just switch the verb and the subject. Are you? Is she?
Wow. When you put it all together, it makes so much sense.
It does. It takes practice. But this is the most important verb in English. If you master this, you have a strong foundation.
I feel like I've learned so much today. Thank you so much for breaking this all down.
It was my pleasure. And a huge thank you to everyone who stayed with us until the end.
Yes, thank you so much. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It helps us so much.
And share this with a friend. You know, if you have a friend who always says, I have 30 years, send them this. Be a good friend.
Save them from the trap.
Help them out.
All right, everyone. We will see you in the next deep dive. Ready for the slogan. Brazilian in action.
The best English content in the world.
Bye, everyone.
See you next time.